Good morning from this beautiful campsite here in Marana, Arizona. Marana is about 20 miles north of Tucson, and we've been camped out in this beautiful hip camp spot near Ironwood National Monument for the last week. It's finally Saturday, which means it's an adventure day. So on today's video, we are actually going to drive about 40 minutes away from this particular spot, check out a new hike that we found, new to us hike, that we found that has some old ranch ruins on it. We're gonna grab one of our favorite Tucson treats. We're gonna come back and make a regional specialty for lunch and an early dinner before taking you to one of the most magical places that I think that exists in Arizona. Let's go. Being ready from the comfort of the pod, we have had the most insane weather this week. 2 days ago, we had 50-mile-per-hour winds. We had 30-mile-per-hour sustained winds with 50-mile-per-hour gusts. It was insane. We've had storms. Yesterday, there wasn't a lick of sun that came out, but today, the sun is about out. It is 7:40. I usually get to trail way earlier, but it is so windy and cold. We've just been cuddling. Yeah, I got up super early. We had coffee, watched an episode of Tracker, because it's just cold out. So I finally feel like we're ready to go. Based on the wind chart, it looks like the wind should die down. It's still gonna be a relatively windy day, but it should die down here in a little bit, which will make the trail much nicer. But whew, yeah, I'm gonna finish getting ready inside the camper. He's ready to go. Then we're gonna head out. Luckily, we have a little bit of a drive, so the sun can continue to warm things up because it's pretty brutal for Arizona. Well, Arizona cold. If you've never experienced desert cold, it is very different. Even my dad, who they just moved here from Ohio, said that 60 degrees in Ohio, he's wearing shorts. 60 degrees here, he's wearing a sweatshirt and pants because it's just a different cold. So I think it's in the 40s right now. And yeah, it's just a different cold. And yes, I'm wearing shorts to run because I run hot. So, all right, let's pack things up and head on out. Post-run treats, but we are actually going to be getting another treat. This is more post-run power-up. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Even through the highs and the lows, yeah, you know it's all good. It's all good. And we gon' make it, I know, cause you know it's all good, yeah. It's all good, yeah. Yeah, you know it's all good, yeah. It's all good, it's all good, it's all good, it's all good, hey, yeah. Woke up to another day. Where we going, I don't know, but I'm on the way, yeah. Gotta keep it on a high note. Give it everything you got, baby, way to go, my guy. Good vibes, I need it, feeling so fly. Cloud nine on my feet and at the same time, it's going down, I can see now it's all, man, I'm right where I wanna be, yeah. It ain't a cloud in the sky, feels good to be alive. Cool thing about that site is I can actually lock that gate when I leave because I am the only one. There are 3 sites here and we each have our own locking gates. Once you're in the gate, you can get to other people's sites, but you can't get to the site from the road, if that makes sense. We're kind of on a dead end anyways, and everybody seems really chill back here, but as somebody who leaves their rig for long periods of time, this is kind of a nice feature. All right, we have about 44 minutes, so let's go. Woo! I also need to get that society song out of my head. I hate it. It's literally giving me anxiety. We're manifesting anxiety. And all I gotta say is all good. It's all good. Even through the highs and the lows, yeah, you know it's all good. It's all good. And we gon' make it, I know, cause you know it's all good, yeah. It's all good, yeah. Yeah, you know it's all good. Okay, so it looks like that in front of us, but sunny and wide open in the valley below us. this was not on the radar, still isn't on the radar, so I can't really tell what it's doing because there's nothing on the radar. So I think we're gonna sit because it looks like it's blowing this way. And the heaviest clouds are almost right in front of me. So I feel like if we give it maybe 10 minutes, this might kind of blow over. Because I don't have my rain jacket with me because this was not in the forecast. And there are no clouds. So just a random little desert storm. So I'm just gonna hang out for a little bit in this parking lot. It is a little random. This is in the Ritz-Carlton property. So it's a beautiful trailhead. But yeah, you kind of like roll through the gate for the Ritz-Carlton and then you roll back in here. It's absolutely stunning. So I really hope this blows over pretty quick. There's lots of trail runners out. So it's obviously a really popular trail to run in. So yeah, I'm just gonna sit here for a few and see what happens. Yeah, Beans isn't happy about that, but so the forecast actually just updated and it does look like it's gonna be past us really like in the next 30 minutes. Probably less than that, which makes me feel safer about rolling into the mountains. I don't mind getting a little wet. Little rain never hurt me, but I couldn't really tell what was behind it, and it doesn't look like much is behind it. So I'm gonna give it 10 minutes because it says light rain for the next 10 minutes. So I'm gonna give it 10 minutes, and then we're gonna pull the ripcord and go ahead and go. And yeah, there we go. It did update. It just took a minute. So a little desert storm cell. She pretty. It's probably gonna smell good. Yeah, you never know. You never know. It actually cleared up nicely, so we are gonna hit the trail. We are at the Wild Burrow and Spur Loop Trail. So I've actually got it on All Trails on my phone, and I'm gonna go ahead and hit start because I've heard this one's easy to get lost, and that way it just kind of beeps if I get off trail a little bit since I've never been here. So beautiful trailhead. It is time to get a little bit of a climb in. So today is a little less than 6 miles and about 1,200 foot of gain. So let's go. I already don't know which way to go because those people went that way, but the sign says this way, so that's where I'm going. Okay, this is actually marked really nicely. The people on All Trails reviews sometimes crack me up because they're like, not marked at all on the wash. Yes, it is. So you kind of go into it like, is it not going to be marked? No, it's beautifully marked. And beautiful start to this trail, man. Right, so I actually flipped around. I had taken, there wasn't really good differentiation on the signs, and I think that's what the All Trails reviews meant. It's signage really well, but just it doesn't differentiate between the routes. And I want the loop route that climbs, and I knew I was supposed to start immediately climbing. That's the breathing pain, and I wasn't. So flipped around to get the more immediate climb in first. We made it through the labyrinth of washes, and now it is time to get settled into our climb. I went the direction that the climb comes first and steeper because that's what I'm working on for Colorado. So I'm just gonna settle into a nice power hike.
Put your hand in mine, watch it water out the window. We can wake up anywhere tomorrow. It don't matter where we go, we're going somewhere. Turn it all around, hang it upside down. We can get a little lost and found. It don't matter where we are.
We got about half our climbing done. A little false summit. Then we go up some more, about 500 feet more. Whew. This is my least favorite kind of climbing because it's rock steps, which I just struggle with. You have to step up a lot. So, feeling extra winded.
Touching down in the middle of your hometown. Every mile we're getting there. You and I got a room on top of the world. Taking off up in the air. Any road, I don't care. Middle of nowhere, we're getting there. Holiday, coming home. On our way, the unknown. Send your mama a postcard, tell her where we are, we're getting there.
Honestly, I should probably be jogging right now. I only have about 100 more foot of gain, but I am struggle busting. For those who are from Arizona, think Eldon. That kind of techie, rocky, steppy-uppy climb. And that is the mountain. I've done it a couple times and I will never do it again. I've proven I can. I even did a double. I will never do it again. I just don't find it fun. This is funner, I guess, because I've never done it. So it's beautiful. And I'm visiting a mountain range I've never visited before. But it is humbling me. Humbling me. Whew. We finally get to go down. Ready, boo? Grab our stuff. Man, it is gorgeous up here, but my butt's officially kicked. Whew. Time for the wee.
It don't matter where you wanna roam. It don't matter high or low, the clothes you wanna wear. Making good time with your hand fitting into mine. Every mile you're where the story goes. It don't matter fast or slow.
This hard on your soul, down is hard on your knees. Oh man. I know the terrain probably doesn't look so bad in the camera, but man, this is my least confident downhill. It's that like loose scree with rocks and dirt, and it's even harder because Fiends has to navigate it. So like he will stop and slow down to navigate, and he's on a pretty short leash. So, oh but man, is it stunning back here. Wow.
Touching down in the middle of a new town. Every mile we're getting there. You and I get a room on top of the world.
No, buddy.
Taking off up in the air. Every road, I don't care. Middle of nowhere, getting there.
We're just walking at the wash here a little bit to cool down. I never found the ruins, so I need to, when we sit down here in a minute, I need to figure out where those are at. We really want to see those. That was the whole point of this loop. I mean, this loop was stunning, totally worth it. Glad I did it. Glad I did it. Glad I did it. But where are the ruins? I want to figure out where they're at. I have a feeling it's going to involve another little hike, which is no big deal. I'm going to drink my core power real quick. But yeah, I want to find the ruins. That's what your girl is here for. She loves a ruin. Also, slightly rude, the Ritz-Carlton is making lunch and it smells so good. I literally smell a burger and fries cooking. Oh, that is like evil. It's evil. Oh, got back to the car. I was gonna sit outside for a minute, but one, there looks like a family reunion or a 50th anniversary family photos going on, so we're letting that happen. It's super cute. They have like matching shirts with rings and hearts, and it's like so many generations. So fun. Plus it's still super cloudy and windy, and so I'm sweaty, and then it was a little cold. Arizona doesn't get clouds like this often, so honestly I love these kinds of days. And being down towards Tucson, the mountains are a little larger, so it kind of has some Colorado-esque vibes, which I was feeling today. So the vistas were stunning. But what I couldn't find were the ruins. So I sat down on a picnic table for a little bit, and I think I figured out that most people took a photo with them who did this loop. But if you like scroll through the comments, a lot of people say there's some ruins on the wash. So I did the entire wash that way, and there's more wash this way. And from what I can see on the map, it looks like a parking lot intersects, because I don't want to hike the whole wash. As you can see, Fiends is tired. So we're gonna try to find it. I just love a ruin, and I love Arizona ruins. They're very different because the craftsmanship is so different. They literally used rocks and stacked them to create wind-free shelters. Super cool. Oh my God, beautiful shepherd. That dog is geared up. Meanwhile, my dog just eats himself into cactuses. Some of you have asked, like, don't you worry? My dog's a kamikaze, and he's a desert dog. He was born and raised here. Full kamikaze kid. He's mine. I mean, obviously, I care for him, and I always have a fork in my bag, which pulls Choya out in his boots and stuff, but I don't know. Built tough. Built for tough. All right, let's go find some ruins before I blabber. I'm also very underfueled, y'all. I forget what climbing does to me, and I require a lot of carbs to climb, and that is something I didn't learn for a very long time in my trail running career, is just how much food I require to run. And I'm very much just a straight carb girl. Don't try to put a fat in me. I will vomit it right back up. TMI. Don't you love me? Is that good? You happy? You. Also, being geared up isn't a bad thing. I realized, like, that could have sounded bad. If your dog was not built for tough, or is kamikaze, or has spent its entire life outside, then absolutely please use the appropriate gear for your dog. That was in no way a critique. I know some dogs who have to wear goggles because they have cataracts or things wrong with their eyes, and Arizona sun is super bright. So please, I am team pro. Do whatever you think is best for your dog. I just have to laugh sometimes wondering what people think of me. Feeny never has gear, and my vest is literally falling off of my body. I'm just one of those people. I've just never been a gearhead. I'm going to buy a new vest today. It has to happen because this thing is, I had it for 5 years. So, but I'm just not a gearhead. When I find something I like I don't even like changing out my trail shoes because I get them broken in just right. Like, I'm just that kind of person. So no offense, like, you do you, boo. I have the appropriate amount of gear for what I'm doing. I'm always safe, but that was not a critique. So just wanted to make sure y'all know that, because I am you do you, boo, all the way. And you do you, boo. I have driven through twice. I see the wash. There's no area to park, even though there says there's parking on the map. Oh, maybe there, but that's... Ooh, maybe I did see it. A small mango Eggie.
Alrighty, a small mango. You want to add any toppings to your drink today?
Can I add tahini and chamoy?
Yeah, of course. What else?
I have not found the ruins, but I found out why I have cell service the entire hike. Those are not saguaros, those are towers. All right, I don't know. I'm at the other trailhead and I see no ruins. So honestly, I am about an 8 out of 10 hangry, and I think it is time for a treat. And I'm gonna give up on the ruins, and I'm gonna do a little more research. I'm not far, so maybe we can go back tomorrow for just a chill hike and try to find them. But for now, where's my sunglasses? I was gonna do like a goal shot, pull the sunglasses down, but I forgot I took them off my head. Ready? For now, we are gonna go get one of our favorite Tucson sweet treats. Thank you. This one's not for you, kid. Oh, thank you. Much you too. Oof. weirdest shaped driveway ever. And I need a place to mix my chamoy. So we just stopped at Eggees. What is an Eggee? So Eggee is a Tucson staple, Tucson original fast food restaurant that has some unique offerings. They do have these in Phoenix now, but I swear it's different in Tucson, and maybe it's just because it's special and I like special things. So an Eggee, beyond the restaurant, has its namesake, the Eggee, which is kind of a mix between a fruit smoothie, fruit slushy, and sorbet, and it is super thick. Look at that. And it is perfect for a really hot day, which is why it's such a Tucson staple. It is not a really hot day right now, but still good. Now, I made a dumb mistake. I thought their smalls were like this big. They are not. And I couldn't decide between mango and pina colada. So that was pina colada. This is mango with a chamoy topping. And then I also have some tahini to mix in. I don't even really know what chamoy is. It's a Latin dessert, Mexican, I believe, specifically. Topper. It's really popular on fruit. You can get like fruit with chamoy and tahini on the side of the road in a lot of places in Phoenix. And it's just muy caliente. No, it's not spicy. Mucho bueno. Very good. So it's kind of hard to like mix in. But you guys didn't see that? Oh gosh. Oh gosh. And chamoy is very red and very sticky. I just want to put my tahini on. Tahini, if you don't know what tahini is spicy. It's a classic seasoning. You've seen me put it on pineapple. You've seen me put it on cantaloupe. It's kind of my favorite condiment. And it just makes things caliente, a little spicy. You can get it rimmed on margaritas here. This is a classic for a margarita too, to have a rim of tahini and then chamoy in your margarita. That takes it to a whole nother level. Oh my gosh, so good. Okay. But what else is Eggees known for? Let me get the chamoy off my leg. They are known for their fries. They're iconic, if you want to call them that, ranch fries. So one, they come in the nicest containers. Like, I tend to keep these containers for a while. I'll put a video up here. My Tucson shakeout with the drop. Me and my dad went to Eggees hangry, and we got a lot of food. So actually I had one of these containers in the teardrop pretty much all summer. But it's like a ranch sauce and bacon. So good. Creamy. And shareable with your bestie. Oh my god, seriously. I don't know if it's so good because I'm so hangry all the time. Like, I haven't had Eggees often, but I've always had it when I'm hungry. But I swear their fries are so good. So I got some fries, and then I'm also hangry, so I got a pretzel too. They just have very unique stuff, like not like other fast food restaurants. So we've just got a melty, amazing pretzel. I know. I think he's hungry too, so we need to get you home because you don't need to eat a whole pretzel. But this is their just original cheesy. It's like the Kolachki kid. where you lost your mind with the kolotchki. Yeah, it's post-hike hunger. You hungry, kid? But they are also known for grinders. They're grinder sandwich, and they have salads as well. But as you can see, I chose health for you guys. So yeah, Eggees, amazingness. They are also known for having like drinks of the month. This drink, here, this month's drink was Lucky Lime. I'm not a lime person for like a drink, so I just stuck with my typical mango and pina colada because life is good when you're on the beach, and drink, you know, pretending that you're on the beach. But they're hard to drink out of a straw. It's very hard, actually. I think my chamoy one will be a little easier because of the chamoy. But that is Eggees. This is our special treat for today. I highly recommend stopping by if you're going through post-hike, hangry. If it's a really hot day down here, highly recommend an Eggie. They also make TGs, tea with fruit. So, got something for everyone. So we are gonna head back to the pod where we're gonna finish this. I'm gonna feed him some actual dog food, and we'll catch you there.
Fell apart and both of us were done and leaving. Yeah, maybe this sounds.
You can tell my hip kind of seized up driving in. Oh, I walk like an old person sometimes. But it's usually just after a trail run. I seize up a little. I think it's time for a nap. Actually, I cannot nap, but I think it's time for chill. It's time for chill. And that's where I hit the RV on the way in. That's where I'll hit when I leave. Worth it. Yeah, you are a crazy. Freedom! Beans and I have had a great little afternoon relaxing. I watched an episode or two of Fire Country before reading a book outside. Beans is now... Hold please, he's actually walking down the driveway. Thank you for coming back, sir. Thank you. Good boy. Simple shake of the wild weenie bag will bring Feeny back from all four corners. So this spot, he's outside off leash. There's fences. I'm not worried about it, but it's just funny. I looked out the window and just saw his like happy little butt trotting down the driveway. I was like, too far, sir. But now he is laying out in front of the camper. So we are set to start dinner preparations. We are going to start with dinner preparations before we take you to watch sunset in one of our absolute favorite places that we have found recently. So what is for dinner tonight? Tonight we are making a regional dish called Native American fry bread. And this is going to be the start of a series that I hope I kind of weave in or out of vlogs. And that was recommended, suggested by y'all. I literally bought this RV because this kitchen is so gigantic and I love to cook. I cook in this kitchen 3 meals a day, 7 days a week. It is actually very rare off camera that I go out to eat. A lot of times I'll save my treat meals or things like that to have you join me on. But a lot of times I just purely don't eat out. I don't really like it. I grew up eating out, so I know that sounds weird because most people didn't, but I did, and it's just kind of not my thing. Cooking kind of mellows me out. And so a couple of you were like, you should do a cooking segment. I was like, oh, that's actually brilliant. And as I travel around this summer, my hope is to do what I'm doing today and make regional dishes, local ingredients if I can, and try something new and bring you guys along from the beauty and spacious, amazing kitchen of Rusty the RPod. So today we are making Native American fry bread. Now I have had this in plenty of places. I've been eating it since I was about 16 years old. If you are in Central Phoenix, highly recommend the Fry Bread House. It is going to beat anything that I can make. I'm going to be making just kind of a very simple sweet and savory version tonight, but we're gonna get started on the dough first. To get started, I need to go turn my propane back on. I turn it off when I leave. 1 second. I don't turn it off every time I leave, but I do turn it off when I'm gone for a lengthy amount of time. All right, the recipe does call for 1 cup of steaming water. So we're gonna put I really probably should have a better kettle than this, but it works. Kettle there, and then these are very simple ingredients. We're gonna start with 2 cups all-purpose flour that I legit had to buy. And I was like, let's buy the smallest bag. Luckily I thought ahead because I do use flour occasionally, you know, for roux and things. And I do have like a small container for it that I can put it in after. But 2 cups of all-purpose flour. So 1 teaspoon table salt. Pour that in. Ooh, yeah. Bubbly. It's very hot. Just sticky. Let that cool down for just a second. Then we are going to grease our hands. Basically, this just keeps everything from sticking to you. This is going to be super sticky. Starting to come together. I'm going to get one of those DJI Gizmos cameras that I can like put up here, angled down, so you guys get really good angles when I'm cooking. See, like I really thought I want to make this like legit. So let me know if you like it. And if you guys want to give me ideas. Alright, it is coming together. Just needs a little more incorporation. Sure, I will also have some fails along the way, but let's hope it is not the first. I don't generally have fails, but I don't generally work with bread. But I can do it. I have faith. All right. It is a sticky little glob. Basically, what we are going to do now is I'm going to put a towel over it. And we are gonna let it just sit in a warm space here, which is just actually in the sun. It's about the warmest. I'm gonna clean up and we're gonna leave that till we come back after our sunset watch. So just gonna clean this up and we'll get the truck loaded and head on out to the desert. You gotta grab a fancy water for desert walks. My new obsession is bubbly Bellini, peach, pineapple, mango. Are we catching a theme, y'all? Are we catching a theme? Let's go. Actually, let's take the trash down first. I do have trash here, which is amazing. I do realize you are such a spoiled kid. Another mini hike? Like, who are you? Spoiled. Spoiled. I'm just going down the road. Oh, well. That didn't do very good anyways. I wondered why you were so close to me. Gonna have to fix that after I drop the trash off. Dean's doesn't do well in the front, if y'all wonder. It's also not super safe, but he's really physical. Which, when you are the one driving, yeah, I did not do that appropriately. Okay.
I know I'm calling past your bedtime. I hope you don't mind me waking you up at night to find out if you might like to meet me outside your patio. I've been hoping maybe you might open up.
The mountain behind me has completely captivated my soul this week. This is Ragged Top Mountain. So we are staying near the Ironwood National Monument, and all of this open BLM and public land that you can see and not see forever has absolutely stolen my heart and soul. There are certain mountains that just pull you like none other, and that is Ragged Top. There are just a few mountains that have pulled me in the way Ragged Top has, and it's really cool to add a new one in Arizona to my list. So right now the sun is definitely impacting our view, but what is really cool is as the evening progresses, as the sunset progresses, the mountain just changes colors and shapes and gets even cooler the closer you get. So let's go for a little evening walk. Now, I have been here during the week and there's not been anybody back here, but I can already hear people, so I'm gonna pop Feeny on the leash just so we don't irritate anybody in their camp spots, because there are a lot of really cool camp spots back here.
Living is life. Do ya wanna go way out beyond? Do ya wanna go way?
What an insane camp spot with Rugged Top behind you. Wow, it is absolutely, this might be the best one, and I've got some other ones down the road that I have earmarked, but I don't know, this might be the best one. It's kind of tucked back in, private. You don't have cell service back here. If you guys want some of these GPS coordinates, just private message me, I can get them to you. You definitely don't have cell service. I've got my Garmin inReach on me because I knew that from previous trips down here this week, but this is the first time I found this site, and wow, this is the only reason that someday down the road I'd like to try a truck camper. I think that could be a fun rig, maybe when I'm not full-time, because wow, being able to get to spots like this would be amazing, but I couldn't work here. I mean, Starlink might work, but I don't like not having cell service, to work. I like not having cell service, but during the work week, I kind of like having it as a backup. But anyhow, I digress. Beautiful sight. We've walked quite a ways from the car. This is what happens every time I'm here. So we're gonna turn around. Typically the best photos and the best view, you only get like a really short window because of how the sun sets to get like the most epic like depth of color to the mountain. I mean, she's still gorgeous right now, but you definitely have a short window. And I kind of just want to be chilling with my beverage to watch the sun continue to dip down. So I'm gonna walk on back. Feel like that's a country song. Walk on back to her truck and watch the sunset with her dog. Yeah, it's the country song. I want to hear a sad country song. Ready for another rendition. My drone is stuck in customs. My drone, my drone, my drone. Yeah, so I finally did it. I ordered a drone because I felt like I couldn't really capture, like especially a place like this can't really capture it on the equipment I have, and so I slowly want to get better equipment. And so I purchased one of the small DJI flips because I'll be able to hike with it. Doesn't require a license. It's got like pre-programmed flight paths in it too, so like very entry level, and it's at a price point that if I crash it, I won't like totally, yeah, I'll cry and melt, but it's not like one of the full drones that I would just like, I'd give up. But anywho, second customs. FedEx can't help me. DJI can't help me because customs hasn't told them why. They're just holding it. So fingers crossed we find out why soon. Probably should have just ordered it from DJI on Amazon because they already are through customs. But I had a coupon code, and honestly I didn't really know that DJI was not in country. My bad, that was just dumb, I should have looked. But anyhow, I would have loved to have a drone for this, but that's annoying. Customs and that. Right, we are almost back to our car. Grab our fancy beverage and watch the sunset to the sound of gunfire. We interrupt that time lapse with that, and on that note, we are going to head out because Beans is not a fan, and we're going to finish watching the sunset from the pod. The sun does set so much later, so we still have plenty of time. It'll be a nice, beautiful, sunsetty, glowy dirt road drive back, but as I turned to leave, the sun was absolutely just setting on the snow-capped mountains, and like the dichotomy between the saguaros and the snow-capped mountains in the distance, just stunning. This place is absolutely so gorgeous. I'm a little frustrated that there were so many people today when I brought you, because usually during the week, like, I've not seen another soul out here, and it is just so peaceful. But it is Saturday, so, and I can see why people are out here. I mean, it's gorgeous, and I will be back. But all right, on that note, let's go. Mommy's got you. Come on, come on. Okay, okay. All right, you're okay. You're okay, my love. Bubby, you're okay. Oh, my finger's stuck. Okay. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. All right. You guys were literally being held by my armpit right there. I was more worried about getting him in than you guys, but as you can see, not a fan. Back to the pod. We have a gorgeous Ragged Top Mountain sunset going on in the back, and I'm gonna go ahead and start working on dinner. So what I have are just the chili and lime. I love these refried beans in this pan. I've added some garlic seasonings to them just because I like a little extra. And then I'm going to do the rest of the toppings, get those ready before I start the oil going. So I'm keeping it very simple with just some refried beans and kind of like a guacamole topping, just a chunky one. So red onion, Roma tomato, avocado, and cilantro. This is when I wish I had an outdoor cooking area or had remembered to bring my single burner Coleman. I didn't, and I don't even know where it is, so that I could fry stuff outside, but it is what it is. Everything cleans up. So what you do is you roll these into golf ball size balls, and then once that oil is heated up enough, warmed up enough, I will flatten them, poke a little hole in, and drop them in. This is going to be my little tester guy. So basically, anytime you fry things, you want to wait a while, and once you think the oil is ready, just drop a little tester in. If it bubbles, you're good. If it doesn't, it is not hot enough. So always have a tester. Always. It actually went a lot quicker than I thought. Okay, the bubbles. All right. We're gonna flatten. Set about the size of a cookie, and poke a hole. Well, not a hole, just a divot. Fingers crossed. I remember them being a lot bigger than this. So maybe certain tribes make them a little different. I don't know. We'll see. Calling an audible. This is why I don't follow recipes. I don't like the small, and it's kind of just like a brick. So I'm combining, making them a little thinner. Rye bread's typically pretty big, so I'm not sure. I might have just grabbed a wrong recipe, and that happens sometimes. Thinner one is looking better. This thicker one that I think is literally just going to be a grease hog. Maybe we'll be having tacos tonight. It's fried bread. It really can't be that bad. Other than the hockey puck one, maybe. I don't think this one is gonna be right at all. See? Yeah. I think they're supposed to be relatively quick fries. There we go, that one's looking better. This one is too. Not traditional by any means. They're usually much bigger, but that one's pretty good. This one I'm just gonna call it, that first one. Yeah. Oh. So the outside actually looks pretty good. Oh, that's good. Okay. Okay, yeah. That's gonna be good. Definitely not traditional, by any means. But yeah, that's gonna be yummy. This was just too thick. Typical fashion with any new recipe, my last one is the best one. It's got the big bubble in it that is like notorious. So even though my recipe called for golf ball size into cookies, I would go this size, like maybe a little smaller than a baseball, in pancakes. Get the oil hotter than you actually think you need it, and then do it. The thinner they are, the better they are. This one's gonna be amazing, but I got some other good ones too. So that's typical with a new recipe, and that's why I love something like this with super simple ingredients, because I can try it again, and if it would have failed, I could have just done it again. So I'm gonna go ahead and heat up the beans, and then we'll get these all, I'm just like clapping because I'm so happy. One of my favorite tips to spruce up store-bought refried beans is to, one, get the cilantro and chili lime ones, but then also add in a little beer if you have it, and then some Mexican cheese or queso, anything to make it extra creamy. I've, in a pinch, used cream cheese. I don't have any of that with me today, so we're just going as is, but that's like one of my favorite tips. And then just let it go for a little while. So I know they're like heat and eat, but if you've added some stuff, let it kind of just simmer on low for a little bit, and it just makes them taste so much more like homemade, which, let's be real, I don't make homemade refried beans, so. Black beans, another story. Okay, these are looking tasty. Take a dollop. This is really hard behind the camera, guys. A dollop. And smoosh it. Did not do a good job of dicing, did I? was. As with most regional dishes, there is a story that goes along with fry bread. So as legend has it, the Navajo legend has it, the Navajo invented fry bread during their long walk, the 300-mile walk that was forced upon them when North America was being colonized. The government realized that by displacing the indigenous tribes, they would possibly force them into starvation, since they would no longer have access to their vegetables and beans that they were growing. So they provided them sugar, flour, salt, and lard. And during that long walk, the Native Americans came up with fry bread. And it since then has spread to multiple tribes and is a pretty strong staple down here in Arizona still. And it is something that is both yummy and full of history, and I'm really glad I did it somewhat proud. It just needs to be bigger. But I'm really proud with what I did, and this was really fun to do this and bring you guys along for the whole day, just exploring a whole new piece of Arizona that I've never been to, trying new Arizona dishes. I do have one piece of fry bread left, but honestly, I think I'm gonna be pretty full. So I'm just gonna let you know, you can make them sweet too. I have some chocolate chips that I was gonna melt down and put some cinnamon and sugar. So I might save it and do that tomorrow and show you how that goes. But I am going to cuddle up in bed with a movie and Feeny and finish the fry bread. I hope you guys really enjoyed hanging out with us today. As always, we loved having you around, and we will see you on the road, wherever. Oh, I do it every time. Beans. Beans. Can you do your tagline with me? We'll see you on the next adventure, wherever the road takes us. Cheers!